Project Management Professional Training Session 18 Part 1. Answers and explanations for chapter review questions. Answers and explanations for chapter review questions. Chapter 1. 1. Answer. D. D is the correct answer because the defining characteristics of a project are that it must be temporary, with a start and a finish date, and must produce a unique, new, product. A and B are incorrect because it's possible to have a project that will involve only one person, and there could be a project without an individual called the project manager. The only two defining characteristics of a project are that it is temporary and unique. B. C is incorrect because an operation can have a plan and a budget, too. 2. Answer. B. B is the correct answer because building a library is temporary, that is, it will have a start and a finish date, and it will be a new library. A, C, and D are incorrect because running a donut shop, keeping a network up and running a warehouse are all ongoing operations. 3. Answer. D. D is the correct answer because the names of the 5 process groups are initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, and closing. A, B, and C are incorrect because there are no process groups with the names of starting, organizing, and preparing, or implementing. 4. Answer. D. D is the correct answer because team management is not a knowledge area itself. This task is part of the knowledge area called human resource management. A, B, and C are incorrect because these are 3 of the 10 project management knowledge areas. 5. Answer. A. A is the correct and best answer because the project plan is developed starting from the concept and going through the project management plan. B and C are incorrect because B includes the project lifecycle and C is the lifecycle. Progressive elaboration does not include the lifecycle of the project, its goal is to plan the project. Because the project planning can develop, or change, throughout the project lifecycle, progressive elaboration can continue through the project lifecycle, but it does not include the work of the lifecycle. 6. Answer. A. A is the correct answer because the probability that OTF will deliver equals 3/4. The probability that ST will deliver equals 1, 2/3 equals 1/3. The probability that both will deliver is equal to 3/4 times 1/3 equals 1/4 equals 0.25. 7. Answer. B. B is the correct answer because it's a false statement. Operations are ongoing and do not have a planned closure or end as a project does. A, C, and D are incorrect answers because these are true statements about both projects and operations. 8. Answer. B. B is the correct answer because it sounds like a group of interrelated projects, which would nicely fit into a program. A is an incorrect answer because a project usually has only one project manager. C is incorrect because the undertaking is temporary and has a set of unique products. D is incorrect because a portfolio may contain projects and programs, and this conversation is being held at the program level and not at the portfolio level. 9. Answer. A. A is the correct answer because adding parental guide notices is a legal requirement. B is incorrect because adding these notices is primarily a legal requirement. C and D are incorrect because work has nothing to do with the product and technology. 10. Answer. A, B, C. A, B, and C are correct because they list valid project management areas. D is incorrect because project time management is not a valid project management area. 11. Answer. A. A is the correct answer because no processes have to be performed in each project. 12. Answer. C. C is the correct answer because every output either is a terminal output or becomes an input to another process. 13. Answer. A. A, and not others, is correct because procurements are conducted using the conduct procurements process, which belongs to executing process group. Chapter 2. 1. Answer. B. B is the correct answer because the project-oriented type provides the greatest authority, high to almost full, for the project manager. A and C are incorrect because the authority of the project manager is none to low in a functional organization and low to high in a matrix organization. D is incorrect because the authority of the project manager is low to moderate in virtual organization. 2. Answer A. A is the correct answer because the authority of the project manager is none to low in a functional organization. B and C are incorrect because the authority of the project manager is high to full in a project-oriented organization and low to high in a matrix organization. D is incorrect because the authority of the project manager is low to moderate in a virtual organization. 3. Answer C. C is the correct answer because technical project management skills, leadership skills, and strategic and business management skills constitute the PMI talent triangle. A, B, and D are incorrect answers because IT part of project management skills is not the same as technical project management skills. Strategic and business management skills are more than just the knowledge of the business strategy of the organization, and knowledge of IT part of the company's business is not the same as strategic and business management skills. 4. Answer D. D is the correct answer because it belongs to technical project management skills and not to strategic and business management skills. 5. Answer A. A is the correct answer because the PMO provides high to almost full project resource availability for the project manager. B is incorrect because the hybrid structure doesn't provide high to almost full project resource availability for the project manager. C and D are incorrect because the multidivisional and organic structures only provide none to little project resource availability for the project manager. 6. Answer D. D is the correct answer because a project manager is responsible for achieving the project objectives regardless of the structure of the organization. A, B, and C are incorrect because the authority of project managers may vary over structures, but the responsibility for meeting the project objectives stays with the project manager. 7. Answer C. C is the correct answer because environmental factors may have positive or negative impacts on the project. For example, they may expand or constrain project options. A and B are incorrect because environmental factors may have positive or negative impacts. D is incorrect because environmental factors are hardly ever neutral, certainly, not all of them. You must be aware of them and try to use them for the success of the project. 8. Answer B, C, D. B, C, and D are all included in technical project management skills. A is wrong because technical project management means IT related only. 9. Answer A, D. A and D are correct because the code of conduct of the performing organization is an internal factor, and so is the geographically distributed virtual team. B is incorrect because code of conduct in a country or city, in this case, is an external factor. C is incorrect because standardized cost estimate data is an external factor. Just because it's on or being viewed on the company's computer system does not change this fact. 10. Answer B and C. The two project management business documents are 1. Project business case, and 2. Project benefit management plan. The summary of need analysis is included in the project business case, and the project charter is a project management document, but it's not called a business document. 11. Answer C. The project charter is the only document that is issued to authorize the project. The business case document is only used to authorize the project management activities to continue until the project is finally authorized or disapproved. 12. Answer C. According to PMBOK, the project sponsor authorizes the project. Chapter 3. 1. Answer A. A is correct because the management of the performing organization or sponsor issues the project charter. B is incorrect because issuing a project charter is the responsibility of the performing organization, and a stakeholder does not even have to be a member of the performing organization. C is incorrect because issuing a project charter is the responsibility of the performing organization, and a customer does not even have to be a member of the performing organization. D is incorrect because the charter authorizes the project manager and not vice versa. 2. Answer: B. B is the correct answer because the project charter is created by the Develop Project Charter process, the only integration management process in the initiation process group. A and C are incorrect because the business case and project benefit management plan are inputs to the Develop Project Charter process. D is incorrect because there is no standard document called Preliminary Project Scope Statement. 3. Answer: B. B is the correct answer because the project charter names the project manager and provides the project manager the authority to use organizational resources to run the project. A is incorrect because the sponsor is not authorized by the project charter, the opposite might be true. C and D are incorrect because these tasks are performed in the Identify Stakeholders process. 4. Answer: D. D is the correct answer because the project schedule is developed during planning. However, a milestone schedule may be included in the project charter. A, B, and C are incorrect because all these items may be included in the project charter. 5. Answer: B. B is the correct answer because a hard deadline imposed on a project is an example of a constraint. A constraint is a restriction, or a limitation, that can affect the performance of the project. A is incorrect because an assumption is a factor that you believe to be true, it is not a condition, such as a hard deadline. C is incorrect because a hard deadline tells very little about the actual schedule. D is incorrect because a constraint is not a risk, but it can possibly cause a risk. 6. Answer: B. B is correct because assumptions represent uncertainty and hence risk. Assumptions must be validated and analyzed as part of risk management at various stages of the project. A is incorrect because assumptions by definition represent uncertainty, and as a project manager it is your responsibility to validate the assumptions at various stages of the project. C is incorrect because it is not the correct definition of assumption. D is incorrect because you can start the project with the assumptions. All you have to do is validate them at various stages of the project and analyze them as part of risk management. 7. Answer: C. C is the correct answer because it is the project sponsor who signs the final closure documents and can send the project to closure at any stage of the project. A is incorrect because the project manager is responsible for managing all the activities needed to close the project, but the closure must be authorized by the sponsor. B and D are incorrect because neither the customer nor the functional manager can authorize the project closure according to the standard. 8. Answer: B. B is correct, and others are incorrect, because Stakeholder Cube is the right model name in this case. 9. Answer: C. C is correct because influence is coming from a peer whose project competes for resources. A is incorrect because a project manager's peers are not from management. B and D are incorrect because Cosmo is neither an end user or supplier for Project Teach the Congress, nor is he a team member or temporary worker from Project Teach the Congress. 10. Answer: A. A is the correct answer because the project initiation process group generates no document called Statement of Work. B, C, D are incorrect answers because they refer to the documents generated by the processes in the project initiation process group. 11. Answer: B, C. B is the correct answer because the project charter names the project manager and provides the project manager the authority to use organizational resources to run the project. C is the correct answer because the project charter interfaces between the project and the organization's strategic objectives. A is incorrect because the sponsor is not authorized by the project charter, the opposite might be true. D is incorrect because this task is performed by the Identify Stakeholders process. 12. Answer: C. C is the correct answer because the stakeholders register is the output of identifying stakeholders, not an input. A, B, and D are all incorrect because they can be input to this process. Note that the stakeholder register template may be an input as part of the organizational process assets. 13. Answer: A. A is correct because the benefit management plan is an input to developing the project charter, which in turn is an input to identifying stakeholders. B is incorrect because the benefit management plan is an input to developing the project charter. C and D are incorrect because the project charter is an input to identifying stakeholders. Chapter 4. 1. Answer. D. D is the correct answer because work packages don't have to appear in the order in which the work will be performed. This sequencing will be done later. A, B, and C are incorrect answers because these are the characteristics of the WBS. 2. Answer. D. D is correct because the project charter is created in the initiation stage, and it is an input item to creating the requirements documentation and the scope statement. A is incorrect because the project charter is an input item to creating the project scope statement. B is incorrect because the project scope statement is an input item to creating the WBS. C is incorrect because the project charter is an input to creating the requirements documentation. 3. Answer. A. A is correct because the create WBS process is used to create the WBS. B and C are incorrect because there are no standard processes named project work process or develop WBS. D is incorrect because project initiating is a process group that includes two processes, one to develop the project charter and one to identify stakeholders. 4. Answer. B. B is correct because the defined scope process is used to create the project scope statement. A is incorrect because the create WBS process is used to create the WBS. C is incorrect because there is no such standard process named create project scope. D is incorrect because project initiating is a process group that includes two processes, one to develop the project charter and one to identify stakeholders. 5. Answer. C. C is the correct answer because the plan scope management process also generates the requirement management plan. A, B, and D are incorrect because all these are true statements about the project scope management plan, the other output of the plan scope management process. 6. Answer. A. A is correct because the components in the lowest level of the WBS hierarchy are called work packages. B is incorrect because a control account might consist of more than one work package. C is incorrect because if a phase is represented in the WBS, it will be represented at a much higher level. D is incorrect because a milestone might consist of more than one work package. 7. Answer. A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D is correct because all of these are included in the project scope statement. 8. Answer. D. D is correct because the scope statement, the WBS document, and the WBS dictionary combined make the scope baseline for the project. A is incorrect because the WBS dictionary is missing from the list. B is incorrect because you must include the WBS document and the WBS dictionary in the scope baseline. C is incorrect because you must include the scope statement and the WBS dictionary in the scope baseline along with the WBS document. 9. Answer. D. D is correct because you, the project manager, create the WBS with help from the project team. A is incorrect because the project manager creates the WBS with help from the team. B and C are incorrect because neither the customer nor the upper management of the performing organization creates the WBS. 10. Answer. B. B is correct because the WBS is not part of the project scope statement, it is an output of the create WBS process, to which the scope statement is an input item. A, C, and D are incorrect because all these items are parts of the scope statement. 11. Answer. C. B is the correct answer because the requirement management plan and the scope management plan are the output of the plan scope management process. A, C, and D are incorrect because they are not true statements. 12. Answer. B. B is the correct answer because job shadowing is another name for the observations technique for collecting product requirements, which is a part of the collect requirements process. A, C, and D are incorrect because job shadowing is not a standard tool or technique for these processes. 13. Answer. A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D are all correct because requirements documentation is an input to the define scope process that generates the project scope statement, the create WBS process that generates the WBS, and the control scope that generates work performance information. 14. Answer, D. D is the correct answer, and the others are not, because the project management plan is the only output of the develop project management plan process, the only process that belongs to the integration management knowledge area and project planning process group. 15. Answer, A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D are correct because all of these are included in the input into the develop project management plan process. Note that the project management plan integrates all the subsidiary plans, baselines, and other plan documents.